You're watching Advisor Talk with Frank LaRosa. It's the only podcast offering unfiltered guidance and direct advice for anyone in the financial services and wealth management industry. Learn more today at eliteconsultingpartners.com/podcast. And now, here's your host, Frank LaRosa.
Hey everybody, welcome to Advisor Talk with Frank LaRosa. I am Frank LaRosa, and as always, I am joined by my right-hand man, my ambidextrous Dale, the ambidextrous
I was wondering
Dempsey.
if you were going to remember.
And not mess it up, right? We are going to talk about something very interesting. I would say that this will be somewhat of a maybe a spirited debate between myself and Dale. So ding, ding, ding. We're going to be talking about how to effectively use email. I'm not going to say Outlook, but how to effectively use email to manage your day as like a to-do list. I do it a little bit differently than Dale does it. Not right or wrong. Maybe my way's right, but whatever.
It might be right or wrong.
We'll see.
You decide.
It depends. And so we thought it would be a great idea is just to talk about this. And, there's some things that I do that Dale says I'm totally way off base on, but whatever.
Well, hey, let me.
So I'm going to hand it over to Dale. Dale's going to sort of go through his master genius plan about how to effectively use email, and then as I get anxiety about thinking about how to do that, I'll make some of my own points. Go ahead.
I think it's just a habitual thing, right? There's I've read about this before. People who are so much smarter than me who do it, in my opinion, the wrong way.
Okay.
And they've done articles and interviews about how great their system is, and you need a system. And I don't disagree with that. But here's the difference. So most
closed off.
I know. Yeah, look at this. You are really defensive.
Body language. Talk about my body language.
So think of this as a suggestion, not rule, right?
Okay.
And where I'm coming from. So I've tried to manage my email many different ways over the years. What people have told me traditionally is to use folders. Oh, you put a folder for really everything. So it's almost like
when you say what people have told you, you mean me in particular.
Not you.
Okay.
Not before I ever worked here, right?
Okay.
And I'd be getting 300-400 emails a day.
Okay.
It was, well, you need folders. You got to have a folder to put that in. Otherwise, how will you ever know where the email is?
Got it.
And so I blindly followed that for a long time.
Okay.
Ironically, when I started here, I threw all that out the window and said, I never want to do that again. But I need a system.
You're like, screw Frank. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm just gonna. I
don't
like the way he's doing it.
I'm not
even gonna tell him I'm not using folders.
It was nothing personal. It was. I knew how much time it took me to take an email, decide, make a decision on what folder it was going to go into, and how to deal with it. Right, whether it was read or unread, or it didn't matter, but it had to be filed. It had to be filed away. And then I had an epiphany. Well, wait a second. This is my file. It's my inbox. So I made a distinction. I'm going to never delete a business-related email. It's always going to exist in my inbox. Yeah.
Okay.
The emails I will delete are solicitations, things that don't have anything to do with business.
Right.
So my inbox, and I think you've seen it.
Yeah.
Right. And I also keep deleting.
I get anxiety every time I look at it.
Well, it's actually, it looks exactly.
I have a little bit of
it's overwhelming.
A control freak and an organized crazy man, but whatever.
Well, here's what I think you would love. Right. So my inbox looks exactly like how
my leg is shaking because just talking about it gives me anxiety.
Well, the email archives essentially are the same, right? It's just all in how you spend your time.
Right.
So if you're going to spend
but what I do is, so let me just, I'll tell you what I do and you can tell me how wrong I am, right? My inbox, so the actual inbox piece, right, is anything that's in my inbox is essentially an open item, right? So if it's in there, it's an open item. If and I delete all the junk and all that stuff, right? If I can't work on it, and I have all the folders, so I probably have 40 folders. I don't know. Each section, I have different folders and subfolders, and because for me, I know where I put stuff. I'm going to go to that folder, and it's going to be in there, right?
Can you just
But what
out
I
of
don't
curiosity?
do is I delete. So if I'm done doing something, I delete it, and I don't empty my deleted folder. So
if you need something, you have to search your deleted folder.
if I know that I deleted it, then I just go to my deleted folder, hit search, and it comes up, right?
And then you have to go search your folders where you saved things too.
I need
right?
something that I save about it with a particular topic, or so let's say we're working with a firm, and I know that they sent me some information. It's important information that I feel like I'm going to save. I will save it in their folder. So if someone says, "Hey, I need a Triad Advisors questionnaire," okay, I'm going to go to my Triad folder, and there's my questionnaire, and I'm going to pull it out.
So
that's just how I do it. I know what you're going to say. But,
yeah, and I don't know that everybody could do it the way I do it.
Right, because what I don't understand is, and this is why we're having this conversation. So when I look at my inbox, if I have 15 emails, that means I have 15 open items. Could be waiting for a response back from somebody on a deal. Could be something. Mm-hmm. When I look at your inbox, I can't.
I think there's 60,000 emails in there.
That's crazy.
Well,
so how do you know? How do you know what you're still working on?
So it's either read or unread, right? There's still a system.
Color red or red?
Well, not the color red.
Okay.
Right. I still have a system.
Okay.
Things that are not complete are unread, and I'm going back and marking them as such, as unread. And
so if you read it, and then it changes the color, right? It changes the blue, little thing on the side,
right?
Like a blue. It's like a blue edge to it, or whatever.
Sure.
So when you read it, that comes off, and you're saying if you still need to work on it, you go back and uncheck it, basically
make it
unread.
Yes. Because think about this now. I can search my entire inbox, and I've noticed people will come to me all the time with, can you forward me that email? They can't find their stuff.
Right.
Everything.
By people, you mean me.
Not only you.
Right.
Literally, it happens constantly, and the whole system is based off of. All right, I use my email system like I use a
Google.
search engine. Exactly.
Interesting.
Instead of trying to categorize and file things away, everything's in one folder, and now I can just type it in. I find it. It's there. I forward it. I read it. It's unread. I complete it.
So what if you have something that's really important?
It's unread.
So your accountant sends you your 2018 tax return.
I know my accountant's name. I type his name in. If it's a completed task, it's read. If it's not completed, it's unread.
Can I get you a technical term? A technical question?
Sure.
What happens to, and this is, again, at my age, I don't quite understand all this stuff. I know enough to be dangerous. What about like storage space? Don't you run out of space?
You run out of the same space if you're putting things in folders, if you're keeping deleted files. I was saying that before. So your archive and my archive are relatively the same size for, if you're archiving it.
Okay.
Right? Or whether it's on a cloud server.
Okay.
They're relatively the same size. The difference is I'm not taking the time to make some sort of aesthetic decision about what folder it goes into. Deleted, yes, but it's, in my humble opinion, a much more efficient way to go about handling emails. And especially if you have volume emails.
Right,
if you're getting
like we do.
Right, hundreds of emails, it can be trying to categorize them, and that to me, that's chaos, and that leads to a lot of wasted time.
So I wouldn't say my email, my Outlook is chaos, right? What I do, like I said, is I keep everything, any open items that they're in my inbox. If I'm done with something and I don't have anything else to do with it, it's deleted and it goes in my deleted box, and I don't empty my deleted box. Sometimes what I'll do, in order to push something forward, right? Let's say somebody emails me something, and I'm waiting on an answer from them, right? So I've answered them. I've replied back to them. I need an answer, right? So I'll reply to them, and then I delete their email to me, right? Because to me, my part of that particular task was done, and so now I'm just waiting for them to send an email back to me. Comes back in my email, then it gets essentially added as a to-do, right?
Sure.
They responded to me.
Sure.
if I have things that are sent to me by clients, by advisors, they're well, I'm not going to get into what they send me, but let's just nothing client related, right? But they send me some information on them and their practice, whatever. I'm going to save that stuff in particular folders. If again firms send me things, I'm going to save those things in those folders, and so I can run it quickly, and it's organized, so it looks neat and organized. But I can effectively do the same thing, which is what I do, is instead of going to the folders to do a search, right? I just search my whole folder, my whole email.
But
it still brings it up to me, but at least I have it organized so that when I open up my email in the morning, I don't have 3,000 emails in my inbox. I can visually see. So for me,
I see what you're saying.
I can visually.
You know what you've done, what you haven't done.
I know
what
I've done. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to address, and throughout the course of the day, I can go through and look at that. Right. I started doing that when I was a complex director for Smith Barney because, throughout we were getting inundated with emails. I would get emails from the company, from compliance people, from my advisors, from whatever. Right. And so I had to. It became overwhelming to me, at least. As someone that's a little bit of a control freak, and I need to have things in an orderly fashion. And so for me, I create folders, and I organize and just shuffle those emails into those folders as I see fit. But
that's where, and I get into a debate with my mom about this once a year around Christmas. Same thing.
I'm like,
Mom, what are you doing? Oh, I'm organizing my emails. You're organizing them. What does that mean? Well, you know what that means. We're not going to talk about this. But we get into this whole debate about hey, essentially I have the same exact anxiety that you do, and I'm just saying read or unread, and that's all. And I'm making sure I manage that because I never want to walk in like you, and I never want to leave at the end of the day and I have 12 unread emails. To me, that means I have 12 emails in my inbox, just in your terms.
Right.
In your terms. I'm just saying I cut out the piece where I move it to folders
and see
and
all
organize
the other emails, right? You still see the other emails. So,
yes.
So for me, it's a
visual thing.
A visual thing.
Okay.
I can just look at my email box and see like, okay, it's 3:00 or 5:00, let's just say, and I still have a whole nother day ahead of me, right? I can see, oh shit, I still got a lot of stuff to do because my inbox emails are going beyond the screen, which tells me I didn't answer people back. I haven't responded to stuff. I'm missing things. That's how I sort of keep organized, and I'm able to be really efficient.
Well, so the bigger point is you need a system, whether it's my system, your system, someone else's system. I've seen so many people who are lacking in a lot of ways, and part of it is the email because they can't come up with a system. So you got to get one.
So they don't do anything.
Yeah.
Right, and so they're not really operating it effectively, which is really, again, one of the things that we try to talk about is how we can be more efficient, right? And one of those things is email. We get inundated with emails all the time, and so if you're if you're an advisor or anybody out there, I mean, that doesn't really relate to advisors, right? Anyone that's running a business, you need to be effective with managing your day. And one of the things that gets people crazy and can really back you up is if you're not managing your inbox and your email system effectively. Pick Dale's system, pick my system,
comment about it.
Pick my system.
Comment about it if.
Yeah, my system.
Give us a comment on YouTube about how you like my system better, and essentially we can end this debate.
Right. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. I was saying in all seriousness, but yeah, we would love to. Look, the reality is, I would love to hear about how other people do it. Right. How
Same
other
here.
people. What systems do they have? If you want to DM me. FrankLaRosa.elite, or email me, frank@eliteconsultingpartners.com or dale@eliteconsultingpartners.com. We would love to hear what your systems are. You can send us a DM on LinkedIn right? Connect with us on LinkedIn, send us a DM. We'd love to hear about how you are running it. And actually, maybe what we'll do is we'll take the best idea that wows us, right? Where I go, oh my dude, I'm using that, right? And we'll have them on the show, and we'll have them we'll have them on the show, and we'll talk to them about it, which is a big deal because I'm not a big fan of having people on our show. So,
well, I'll even, if you email me, I'll put you into a folder. How about that?
He'll actually create a folder for you, which will be great, right? Right. Anyway, we thanks for joining. We appreciate you coming, listening in. Thanks for all the great comments. We love doing this. We get excited. It's not easy to do these all the time, but the responses that we get are very rewarding. So it sort of keeps us going on these things. But thanks for listening to Advisor Talk with Frank LaRosa. And Dale, thanks for joining us and giving us your brilliant ideas.
Thanks for having me on. Great talk. Good talk.
Did you say both?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching Advisor Talk with Frank LaRosa. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out some of our other episodes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you back here next week.